Good day. Welcome to Tempo's webinar titled Deliver Faster with Tempo's Latest Features. We're excited about this particular webinar because it is a collaboration where we are bringing to you the latest product releases and feature releases that have happened in the last couple of months. And we're excited about who we get to speak to today. So the agenda for today, we're going to be talking what has Tempo been up to? And we're going to take a look at the future, a snippet into the AMP products roadmap. We've got some top highlights per product that will be presented by our product managers before we go into resources that you will find useful. Before we get started, we always like to hear from you, our customers, and we truly believe voice of customer is very important in everything we do. It helps to shape the future of our products. It helps us with product releases. And so we have a poll which is very almost customer centric, customer experience focused. We'd like to know what you find most challenging in Jira today, which Tempo solutions you're currently using, if you happen to know them, and what you think of the reporting element or, just the experience in using these apps. So we appreciate your feedback, your participation in these polls. Like I said, very important to us. It helps us in more ways than you can imagine. I see a lot of responses coming in. Thank you for taking part. Okay, I think we've evened out on the answering. All right, perfect. Thank you so much for your feedback. I can share just the one result in this instance that in terms of which area of project management do you find most challenging today in Jira, a lot of you are talking to managing team or resource capacity, and then closely followed by tracking time and utilization accuracy. So all of this to say thank you. Do not worry, we are here with solutions that will help you, and we look forward to sharing all of this information with you. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Chenai Penduka. I'm a Senior Product Marketing Manager here at Tempo, and I am excited to be chatting with our Vice President of Product for the Atlassian Marketplace and other ecosystems, Rekha Raghu. Hi, Rekha.
Hi, Chennai. Hi, everyone. Good morning or good evening, wherever you are. I am chatting to you all from Seattle in the USA. And thank you so much for having me. And it's really great to be here with the full Tempo crew to walk you through all the exciting product updates we've been working on.
Awesome. All right. So allow me to start with a little bit of a synopsis of who Tempo is, in case this is your first time joining or you are not yet a customer. As Tempo, we are in the space of project, program, and portfolio management. We believe ourselves to be adaptive strategic portfolio management vendor. And what we do is we have a number of tools that are available in the Atlassian Marketplace that help you with project and portfolio management. And if you've likely experienced the value of our apps, you will know that we help in one way or the other to help you align and communicate your product plans. And we also come through with the adaptation to changing customer demands. All of this is meant to help you advance in delivering your work, and you can audit and govern your developmental costs and expenses. Our solutions help you to deliver on your products or services with minimal impact on cost, on time, within the budget, and minimal risk to your operations. And with that, I'm coming into what I'm excited about the most, which is this chat that I'm going to have with Rekha. And Rekha, we're going to be talking through what's happening at Tempo, and then also give our customers first dibs into what they can look forward to in terms of the product roadmap. Right. So if you are ready, I've got some questions that I'd like to fire your way.
Sounds great. Bring them on.
All right. So just as a start, I know a lot of our customers would like to know just what are some of the driving forces behind the recent wave of product development at Tempo?
Yeah, it's a great question, right? Honestly, the biggest driver is really you, the customer, right? Our goal really is to make our tools easy to work and then faster to work across all Tempo apps. A lot of the improvements that we've shipped that you're going to hear from our product managers are really came from customer feedback. And of course, the AI evolution, right, like is something that also we are looking at. And we've been working closely with Atlassian specifically for our marketplace applications to launch 7 new robo agents across our products like timesheets, structure, and custom charts. Our goal with these is really to help you customers to automate a lot of the repetitive work, like formula creation is a great robo agent in structure that if you haven't tried it, right? Like chart creation is another one, custom charts. All of these are really, our goal really is to help you save time and make the tools more personal and smarter. On the other hand, we've also been listening to you customers and looking at some of our overall broad strategic portfolio management vision. I'll talk a little bit more on that later, like what we call adaptive planner and insights. Our vision with that one is really to help you connect your strategy to execution and bring all the data together for better visibility and smarter planning. So I would say the last year, most of our development is really improving the ease of use, adding automation, and really giving the teams connected experiences so that they can focus mostly on outcomes.
Okay, perfect. And when we look at the product roadmap, how does it reflect those changing needs for teams who are working in Jira? I know you've touched on, just making it easier for them to work. So when we talk governance, transparency, work efficiency, and reporting in project delivery, what can they expect to see?
Just to play back the question you're asking, how does the product roadmap reflects the changes across primarily about governance and transparency?
Yes.
Okay. So teams are really looking at managing a lot more projects, right? Like they're doing more with less, more tools. There's a tighter timelines. So our roadmap again is in this particular scenario is really to help meet these needs to help you all to handle these challenges heads on. For governance and transparency, I believe we've added features like audit logging, approval workflows and timesheets, permissioning and structure, right? Like in public shared dashboards and custom charts. The idea that a lot of these is really to end of the day, the governance and transparency is really providing visibility, right? Like so without any extra overhead. So we're trying to add all of these capabilities to help simplify and stay compliant without adding any extra overhead.
Mm-hmm.
You asked a little bit about work efficiency, structure templating, onboarding, and like I said, the robo AI agents, all of them can really help pair teams plan smarter and better. Julia, PM of structure, will come and talk a little bit more about some of the recent improvements there, primarily with resource leveling and Gantt, right, which also can help with better planning. And then there's also the whole concept of what we call unified navigation is really to drive better efficiency. If you have more than one Tempo products, our vision of unified navigation is allow you to discover and move seamlessly between products as if they feel like a single tool. Right? To summarize, the roadmap is really to help Jira teams to work with more clarity, better transparency, with a fully connected experience.
Okay, perfect. Now, Rekha, everyone who's in the Atlassian community, I think as vendors or, marketplace vendors, when Atlassian moves, we move. And there's a lot of new, announcements that have come through from Atlassian, the likes of Forge, the likes of, end of life for data center as an example. Can you walk us through the most impactful new features and developments specific to Forge and Adaptive SPM, as we believe ourselves to be a vendor in that space? Explain why these matter for Tempo users.
That's a lot to unpack, I would say, right? Like you're right. I mean, Atlassian has been changing primarily to help customers. The Forge, for those of you who are not familiar with, is Atlassian's new platform for cloud applications. It's a fairly new shift from what used to be called Connect platform to what is called Forge platform. We've been working very closely, not just as all the other marketplace vendors are really working closely to bring all of our applications to Forge. Forge really is helping. It's also a strategy for Atlassian. They're building a lot of capabilities in the cloud And Forge gives customers a better security, better performance, and tighter integration, and they can get more value out of the product themselves. Right. So we've been working closely with Atlassian. So our vision is to really get all our products to Forge, transitioning what is called Forge Remote by end of the year. And there is a progression for customers that requires more secure environments that Atlassian has other types of Forge platforms that we're working with. In terms of adaptive SPM, as I was mentioning, right, like connecting strategy and planning is critical. And plans are never fixed, as you all know, in any organizations. We make a plan and things change, right? Like, so as we speak, we're going through what is called 2026 planning, even here at Tempo, right? Like, we will have fairly good knowledge for the first 2 quarters, right? And then as the time progresses, it gets fuzzy. But on the other hand, we also want to understand the plan we made. Is realistic? Is it achievable with the current capacity that we have, or do we need to go get additional capacity? Our vision with Adaptive Planner and Insights, which is actually an early access program right now, is really to help customers to help with this top level strategy and planning and being able to understand, think of it as a scenario modeling, right? To be able to take your plan and feed that through our engine, to help you understand what is the optimal plan that you can achieve with current resources, or what are the gaps you may have, and help you go pitch additional resource asks for your team. We're excited about this one, and really, and feel free to work with yours if you have your customer success managers, or there's an early access program that I believe is listed on our website. Feel free to sign up for it if you want to learn more about this one.
Yeah, no, 100%. Just to reiterate that we will be sharing these links to the resources, so you can sign up for these early access programs if this is something that interests you. And we encourage you to, because you get first dibs into the product and how it's actually being built. All right, Rekha. So when we look at product integrations, you mentioned unified navigation and Tempo having a full suite of tools that, traditionally handle specific things. So timesheets is for time tracking, capacity planner is for managing resources and capacity, structures, organizing the work. How do we help move these organizations from disconnected tool sets to this unified adaptive SPM platform inside of Jira?
A great question. I mean, we all struggle with it as a tool plethora, right? Like even in marketplaces, right? Like, or any of our lives. One of the biggest challenge we hear from customers is the data lives everywhere, right? Like as you just mentioned, where you may have a time tracking in one tool like timesheets or resource planning or reporting elsewhere. Our concept with our unified nav is solving a piece of that puzzle by allowing you to shift between different products. We're also working on what we call driving connective tissue between our applications, and really helping you as a customer to get to what you need contextually, right? With Tempo, our differentiation really is a modularity, right? Like very modular, right? You can start wherever you are in your journey, and you can connect to others as your organization go, right? That's our vision, really. So let's say you have timesheets and you have time data, then you could kind of see that connecting to, let's say, capacity planner or to structure, right? Like, so the idea really is, our vision is really to have these deep integrations between these products that is going to be very contextual and use case driven. That's our vision. And what we call ourselves is really the connective SPM platform that can give you the end-to-end visibility all the way from strategy to execution. And governance really improves, as we talked about, right? When everyone's working off the same data, right? Allocation becomes smarter and reporting becomes better, or when everything is in one place. And what this makes all powerful is really the flexibility. Like I said, right? You can pick and choose the areas you want to as your process matures. The integrations makes this experience feel super seamless and not siloed. That way, it's a best of both worlds, where you get a connected, intelligent platform that's going to help you achieve your outcomes.
Yeah, no, I truly believe that's what separates us. That's the differentiator. We do not carry the same sort of what's the word I'm trying to use? We are different from a monolithic platform in that
Yeah.
instance, that you get to pick and choose, and you
Mhm.
attack the challenge, that the most pressing need you have, and you're able to grow from that. So yes, that modularity definitely is a superpower as far as we're concerned. Now, looking ahead, what's next on the roadmap for Tempo Solutions, and how will those feature updates continue to help organizations deliver faster and spend smarter? Because we also have to be cognizant of the cost that is attached to these tools.
Yeah, I mean, I said, yeah, it's really more about smarter and connected and predictive, right? Like so that you can we can help you plan better and deliver better. I definitely see with the AI, a lot of AI powered capabilities and automation that can come across the entire portfolio suite. Maybe whether it is effort-based time tracking or forecasting, budget adjustments, even the adaptive planner and insights that I talk about, they're all AI powered. And then from Atlassian Marketplace applications, we will continue to build and innovate on the Rovo foundation, and we might go more deeper into like intelligent recommendations, right? And That's how I see, at least like in terms of roadmap, and then ecosystem too, right? Like a lot of our customers actually operate in hybrid environments. So we might look into, so we have some integrations with other ecosystems too, right? So the Tempo sort of, our vision really is Tempo becomes a bridge that unifies the planning and reporting across all work management systems. As
Oh,
always, we'll continue to focus on ease of use, time to value, right? Like simplifying the user experience, streamlining that, right? Like in short, really our vision is to deliver faster, right? Using automation, AI, and insights so that we can turn all your data into a true system of plan.
okay. All right. So that basically gives us the roadmap themes that we are looking
Hmm.
to deliver on. Okay,
Hmm.
perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Or maybe I can touch on this quickly, right? Like,
Yeah,
if you like.
sure.
Yeah, I think that it's to sort of summarize the roadmap thing. I think we briefly touched on the data center to cloud. As you know, Atlassian is sunsetting the data center in 2029. Our vision is to make sure all of our Tempo cloud apps can deliver the same depth and flexibility with added benefits of performance, scalability, and tighter integration, right? And then that ties to our Forge migration, right, which is our largest investments, as I was mentioning earlier on. Forge can also help us really drive better value by taking advantage a lot of new capabilities Atlassian has put out on the cloud, like Teamwork Graph, AI automation, right? So, and the goal is to really to help unblock a lot of capabilities for you. And we are also working with Atlassian, and a lot of their imperative is like such that Tempo apps just doesn't work in Jira. It's more about we are collaborative and working with Jira, all the way from like data visibility, shared experience. So we are really aligned on cloud first vision.
Mhm.
I touched on the connective tissue, like I mentioned, right? Like so that we are linking all of our products so there's the data flow seamlessly. And really, the feature development, though, I would say, end of the day, all of it comes back to your feedback. Please continue to give feedback and share feedback and in how we can simplify your experiences. And across all of this, we'll continue to innovate and use AI and intelligence across of all of our apps to simplify setup or improve forecasting, to make Tempo really more smarter. So our vision really is to think of us from moving to a next chapter of where we are moving, right? Like one that is faster and intelligent and unified for our customers.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much, Rekha. I believe this has been informative. We've got some questions that are coming in, and we will leave a little bit of time at the end of this um, discussion to actually try and answer some of those questions live. If we don't manage to get to all of them, we will be following up with you directly, and we will send out the responses to your pressing questions. Now, as we move on, you touched on adaptive SPM, right? And we at Tempo believe that that journey to strategic portfolio management is a gradual process. And because we have a modular approach to this, it becomes it's a flexible approach where we allow you to tackle one challenge at a time until you seamlessly connect your strategy to execution. Now, this particular slide has what we believe to be Tempo This is what we believe our platform suite is all about. And you will notice that it mentions collections. So I'd like to take a little bit of time to just explain what the collections are. Terminology, bundles, if you prefer. But what it really is like we were saying, as being focused on the customer experience. We take a lot of time and effort into analyzing use cases, and just the different ways that the tools are being used. And we have identified patterns where, depending on where a customer is in their SPM journey, let's say they're starting off and they're really just focusing on the project level of their portfolio management, they have a need for a specific tool. So I will use the case of project collection as an example. A customer might have timesheets as a time tracking tool, and they're focused on billing or tracking the time that is being used in their projects. But they find that once they have that in lockstep, the next thing is they need to manage their capacity, or they need to actually have an understanding of their resources and availability. So what we've done is we've come up with these collections, which are practical next step progressions that we would recommend to you as you are on this journey to SPM. And you'll find that we are recommending, if you're a timesheets customer, if you have capacity planner and financial manager, you in essence have a more holistic view that you can work with, where you're managing the dollars, you're managing the resources, and you're tracking your time. And as we move from project to program, portfolio, and ultimately the strategy collection, the bigger the challenges that you can tackle. And you find it also moves with the bigger the organization gets. So as you're moving from mid-market to enterprise level organizations, your complexities are obviously and understandably bigger than what probably small enterprise would experience. So these are just recommendations on the subset of tools that we find if you have in your tool stack, you are able to address a lot of the challenges that you likely face. And this is just an open invitation. We have teams that are ready to work with you or to talk to you about this. If you've got a specific use case that you're trying to address, you can have this information you can actually try out these products and see if they work for your particular scenario in your organization. So as we move on, again, Rekha mentioned and explained the situation we have with data center to cloud. There's data center to cloud parity that we are working on, but Atlassian also announced that they are end-of-lifing data center as of 2029. And of course, this debate has been going on forever, like, will data center ever actually come to a complete halt? But what we want to do as Tempo is to have our customers ready for this shift. As you are, looking into your organizations and your setup, if there is the possibility that you would be moving to cloud, we make it easier for you to move. We have a network of partners who you can work with to actually help you with that migration. And in preparation for that as well, we're taking a very proactive stance to this, and we are happy to announce that we are collaborating with Atlassian. So we will have an executive from Atlassian who is going to be showing up on the 12th of November, if I have my dates correct, in conjunction with a top partner of ours, Precipio. And they're going to be talking all things cloud migration. So if you are a data center customer, we highly encourage that you sign up for this webinar, and it'll probably answer a lot of questions that you might have. It'll help you to start assessing if this is something that your organization needs to be considering. And we always say better prepared, right? So you've got time to actually make those decisions as we move towards this end of life date that has been announced by Atlassian. Okay, I've probably talked you dizzy. And I'm excited to now hand this over to our product managers who will walk you through some of these features that have been alluded to by Rekha. And without further ado, I'm calling on Catherine Vargas, who is the Senior Product Manager for Timesheets and Financial Manager. Catherine, over to you.
Thank you, Chenai. Hello, everyone. Today I'll be walking you through what's new across Timesheets, Capacity Planner, and Financial Manager. But first, next slide, please. A quick note that all new installations of Timesheets, Capacity Planner, and Financial Manager now require Tempo Core. Tempo Core is free. It's a prerequisite app that manages the shared logic and permissions across the three apps. It's what ensures that there's seamless behavior no matter which combination of apps you use. So if you encounter this while you install any of these apps but didn't before, please note that this is recent and a legitimate change. Moving on to the actual product updates, starting with Timesheets, our time tracking solution. Our feature development here focused on optimizing key workflows, namely logging time, submitting timesheets, and managing approvals. Our goal was for you to reduce delays, remove manual work, and improve accuracy for reporting. Starting with features like submitting future timesheets, so end users can now submit time in advance. So if you are taking vacation, you don't have to bother your manager, who previously needed to do it on your behalf. Another feature along those lines is recalling submitted timesheets. So without needing manager intervention, you can recall timesheets and make adjustments if they are still waiting for approval. The third bullet point is something that's come up in the Q&A actually. A lot of you have expressed a need for tailoring the log time form so that when users log time and they need to attribute it to certain accounts or need to have certain attributes to display based on a previous selection, this is the feature for you. It reduces confusion for end users and also data entry errors. Next up is Approval Log API. Approval Log is already in the UI, but now we've made it available via API, so you can pull approval statuses programmatically. And on the note of approvals, project approvals is a feature that we launched, I think, around a year ago, enabling timesheets to be approved by multiple people. So if you are a lead or a manager that only cares about a subset of a timesheet, you can approve only that subset. We've made continuous enhancements to this feature, so if you haven't tried that yet, now is a great time. And last but not least, as Rekha alluded to earlier, we also shipped Audit Log both in the app and via API, which is a major step forward for compliance. Timesheets now records key Tempo settings actions, Tempo team updates like membership changes, user worklog actions, etc. So your org can stay compliant and track the important sensitive user actions that take place in timesheets. Next up is Capacity Planner, our team and resource management app. And here our feature development focused on flexibility so that teams can plan in the way that fits their workflow. The two features to highlight here are custom iteration cycles. Now, Capacity Planner can let you define your team's working rhythm, whether that's 2-week sprints or longer cycles, and Capacity Planner then adapts those plans to those cycles. Second is story point planning. So if your team does estimates in story points, Capacity Planner now converts those automatically into hours, and each team can have its own point-to-hour mapping to reflect how they estimate. Last but not least is Financial Manager, our financial management app for Jira. The big update here is that it's now available as a standalone app, so you can use it with Jira worklog data to track project costs, expenses, revenues, and budgets, again, all directly within Jira. That was a quick breeze across the three apps. They now fully stand alone on their own, but together they work even better.
Excellent. Thank you, Catherine. And now we're moving on to Structure and Gantt, presented by Julia. Julia, take it away.
Yeah, thank you. So hello, I'm Julia, Product Manager for Structure, and today I'd like to share some exciting news from our Structure and Structure Gantt apps for Jira Cloud. For those new to our tools, Structure is our most flexible project and program management solution for Jira. It gives teams unlimited ways to manage issues, track progress, report on work across multiple projects and initiatives, all while supporting their preferred agile, waterfall, or even hybrid methodology. Structure Gantt is is our planning app for Structure. It uses Structure custom hierarchies to enable teams to visualize project plans, schedules, milestones, and dependencies on a clear timeline. And if you are looking for the best of both worlds, we recently launched Structure Advanced. I even saw some questions about that in the channel already. So this package bundles all the features of Structure and Gantt. Plus, we're gonna add more enterprise level capabilities with more enhancement planned for it in the future next year. Let's go to the next slide and deep dive into the Structure features. So yeah, Structure Advanced that I already mentioned. We also released a public API for Structure creation. I also saw questions about that in our channel, so looks like it's really a feature that you wanted to. And this is a major enhancement for automating processes like new project kickoff or just generated a quarterly report by schedule, something like that. We also shipped significant improvements for our all structures page. This will make life much easier for our Jira admins, giving them better tools to support structure, especially during the migration from data center to cloud. You will be able to faster find their structures that need some attention from your side. And over on the Gantt side, so let's go to the next slide and talk about Gantt a little bit. We've been just as busy at this point also. You immediately notice our brand new user interface. So if you saw our Gantt before, it was like not as colorful as it is right now on this screen. So we added more colors and styles, and it's kind of cleaner right now. And most excitingly, we've introduced bulk conflict resolution. So instead of fixing scheduling conflicts one by one, you can now resolve them all with single click. And we have a lot of powerful new features coming soon, so stay tuned.
Excellent. Thank you, Julia. And now we move to custom charts and BI connectors presented by Inna.
Thank you, Chenai, and hello, everyone. So we have seen how Tempo helps you plan and track and manage resources. Now let's look at the custom charts and BI connectors. The reporting models that helps teams make data in Jira and beyond truly actionable. The previous slide, please. The custom charts for Jira is our no-code visualization app that helps teams turn Jira data into interactive and easy-to-read dashboards right inside Jira or Confluence. It's designed for anyone who wants to communicate projects and portfolio health clearly without exporting data to external tools or writing complex JQL queries. The BI connectors bridge Jira with professional BI tools like Power BI, Tableau, BigQuery, Looker Studio, and SQL databases. Built for enterprise needs, it enables a seamless access to Jira complex data and structure for unified, custom, and cross-tool reporting without the need for coding or extensive IT support. Together, these two models cover both sides of the reporting spectrum, which is quick visual insights inside Jira and advanced analytics outside it. On the next slide, we will cover the custom charts updates. Over the past quarter, we have focused on improving visibility and usability, making it faster for you to understand your data, share insights securely, and reduce the time it takes for you to turn Jira data into actual decisions. First, for custom charts, we have introduced trend, goal, and average reporting. This update gives every team the ability to visualize progress over time and measure how they're performing against set goal directly within Jira dashboard. You will now see trend lines that highlight whether metrics are improving or declining, goal lines that show target, and average lines that provide a quick benchmark for a typical performance. All of these make it much easier to spot patterns, forecast outcomes, and detect when things are off track without exporting data anywhere else. Next, we have introduced the public shared dashboard. On the previous slide, please. That extends our existing sharing feature beyond internal Jira users. Teams can now securely share live read-only dashboards externally, for example, with executives, clients, or vendors, via public or passcode-protected link. Admins can control who can create these dashboards, ensuring governance while enabling visibility outside Jira walls. The next update is our AI improvement. The custom charts for Over Agent eliminates guesswork in chat creation. It allows you to generate reports using a natural language, making it data visualization accessible to everyone, regardless of your Jira or reporting expertise. You just describe what you need, you build and modify charts without external help, and the guided prompts will help you select the right data. The teams will be able to create meaningful, data-driven visualizations faster, improving decision-making and collaboration across the organization. On the next slide, we will cover the BI connectors update. We have also shipped several updates focused on transparency, ease of use, and faster time to value. The first big change is new Tempo unified navigation that Rekha mentioned previously, now includes BI connectors. With the models feature, you can easily move between the installed Tempo models. You access your BI connectors data source faster than before for a streamlined and connected experience. We have introduced also the live expert progress and estimated completion time right inside your data source view. No more guessing how long an expert will take. You can now plan workflows with confidence and avoid interruption during large data experts. This adds transparency and makes the expert process more predictable and smooth. We have also added an in-app table preview. A small eye icon next to each table lets you instantly see your data before exporting. This has been one of the biggest onboarding friction points for new customers, not knowing what each table contains. With this context up front, you can go from setup to insights much faster. So to wrap up, our goal across custom charts and BI connectors is to make your reporting more intuitive, insightful, and unified. Understand your data, share it securely, and take actions faster. That's going to be all for the custom charts and BI connector side, and over to Chenai.
Excellent. Thank you, Ina. So that was a lot to absorb. We essentially went through at least 8 products in this quick show and tell. And I hope that the central themes of what we're trying to do as Tempo are coming through, where we are focusing on AI and innovation, that ease of use, which provides you with the quickest time to value as our customers. Over and above our drive as Tempo to deliver these modular flexible tools, we also build these integrated solutions to create near zero change management. And now we move on to the resources section. If you're interested in trying out any of these strategic portfolio management suite of tools, you have every, you're able to do so from the Atlassian marketplace. So we've got free trials for each of our tools that are available for 30 days at no cost to you. And you can actually try them in your environment and see if they actually speak to a use case that you're trying to work on. We also have included links to product release notes. Each and every product that was mentioned here today has got a release note page, and you would be able to see all of the feature releases that have happened, dating back years, really. But for the most recent ones, some actually do carry the demo videos, so you'd be able to get through the technical documentation there. We also have a Tempo Help Center, which is detailed technical documentation, and it helps you with the features within each and every one of these apps. We've got onboarding specialists who stand ready to work with you and your teams. And so it's as simple as requesting for an onboarding session, and we can come and actually help you based on your specific use case within your organization. So it's a training of sorts for you and your teams to actually access the full feature set available within your apps and how to best utilize the way we build these apps to help with these issues. Our customer support remains available to assist with any problems or challenges you might be facing. And we also have links to the Tempo collections, like we mentioned. If you'd like to talk to the sales team and actually get a deeper understanding of what collection might serve you best, let me just point out that there is currently a discount that is available. So any way that you can scrimp and save on those dollars coming to the end of the year, we highly suggest or recommend that you talk to the team. And then finally, the Adaptive Planner and Insights Early Access Program that was touched on in my discussion with Rekha. If you're a mid-market or enterprise-sized organization, and this is something that you want to try out because it gives you access to scenario modeling, and you're basically able to adapt on the fly to plans changing. If you're interested in taking part in this EAP, again, we've put the link to the landing page where you can sign up, and someone will get back to you from our team. Without wasting any more time, I'll just go and check if we've got some questions. Okay, so as we had mentioned, if any of these questions are super technical, the team is standing behind and they will be responding to those. I think I'm looking to see if there's anything that's more strategy related to what we were focusing on.
There's one question, actually, I think, Catherine, if you're around, will Tempo Core eventually be required for existing customers? It sounds like we'll need to install in a sandbox following our next data refresh.
The takeaway is for existing installations, so existing Timesheets customers in the room. In the poll earlier, we saw that was the majority. There is no impact to you. If you are installing it anew, whether that's on a sandbox or a personal instance or your production instance, then know that there is now this prerequisite step to install Tempo Core.
Thank you. I do have to say, like, really awesome questions on a lot of questions on Timesheets and Financial Manager. Great to see so much support for those products.
All right, perfect. Well, we are more than happy to give time back. Thank you, Rekha, for joining us, and thank you to the product managers for showing us and walking us through these product features. And I'll just sign off by saying, as always, Tempo remains committed to improving your experience with our solutions, and we look forward to serving you in the future. Thank you for your time. Until next time, cheers.